Beauty pageants are a time-honored tradition in America.
Get ready for the lip gloss, the spray tans, the blood, sweat, and sequins.
I'm pumped up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 Miss America semifinalists. Beautiful.
Girls parade on stage in evening gown, perform specialized talents from opera to dance, and even ventriloquism. And of course, strut in their swimsuits in front of millions of viewers. Since the 1920s, girls across the nation have competed for the coveted title of Miss America. What was once a competition based solely on physique and beauty standards has morphed into one of the world's largest scholarship providers for young women. Last year alone, the Miss America organization made millions of dollars available through their local, state, and national pageants. The current Miss America graduated from Hofstra University with a triple major in political science, global studies, and geography. She's trilingual and has plans to attend law school next year. The Miss America organization is clearly not just your grandmother's beauty pageant anymore, but for some, scholarship and swimsuit are not synonymous. The Miss America pageant is often criticized for being an archaic practice and promoting unhealthy beauty standards for females.
Currently, the biggest scholarship program exclusively for women in America requires you to be unmarried with a mint-condition uterus and also rewards working knowledge of buttock adhesive technology, which is just a little bit unsettling. And in fact, let me try to explain why to the Miss America organisation through the only medium it seems to value: 20-second conversations with women in evening dresses and sashes. Please join me. What does the continued existence of the Miss America pageant say about how women are viewed in America? You have 20 seconds. Go.
Beginning with the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848 that spurred first wave feminism, the perception of women in America has always been complex and fluid. While it is theoretically possible that Miss America could evolve into a purely academic scholarship organization, at this point in time, the notion that beauty pageants are about anything other than outer beauty is belied both by the continued existence of the swimsuit portion and the fact that I'm expected to answer this question in just 20 seconds. Thank you very much.
That's tremendous, beautiful.
Feminist blogger Julie Zellinger writes, "Pageants may package themselves as a beneficial experience for their participants, but ultimately they feed into a much greater, much more destructive cultural framework that works to dehumanize women and to reinforce an unattainable standard of beauty in the name of profit. Pageants are a cog in the machine of a society that objectifies women's bodies and undervalues their minds." So the question that emerges from all of this is, can a young woman compete in pageants and still consider herself a feminist? In the late 1970s, feminist Sandra Lee Barkey wrote Foucault, Femininity, and the Modernization of Patriarchal Power, an article detailing the socially constructed norms that exist regarding female behavior and physique. She writes that the ideal body of femininity is constructed, and argues that femininity is something that which virtually every woman is required to participate in. To Barkey, competing in these pageants is a prime example of this participation in society's constructed idea of what it means to be a woman. Similarly, French philosopher and feminist Simone de Beauvoir asserts that one is not born, but rather becomes a woman, reinforcing the idea that displays of femininity are more of a stylized repetition of acts than intuitive knowledge. Judith Butler is another feminist that would likely argue that pageantry reinforces socially constructed gender norms. In a piece entitled Performance Acts and Gender Constitution, she writes, "Gender performances in non-theatrical contexts are governed by clearly punitive and regulatory social conventions." So, are women competing in pageants out of pure enjoyment, or have they fallen into a forced societal trap to comply with the imposed norms of femininity? Though feminist theory seems to disagree, current competitors say that there is room for feminism in pageantry. Kiari Imani Williams is a law student at the University of Virginia. She is also a pageant competitor. Last fall, she wrote an op-ed piece for the Huffington Post entitled, "Yes, I Can Compete in Beauty Pageants and Still Call Myself a Feminist." In the post, she addresses the criticism she has received from feminists for her choice to participate in pageantry. To the self-proclaimed feminists who judge me for my involvement in pageants, I want you to know that I do not compete in pageants for the attention of men. I'm proud of my body, but it does not define me or validate my worth. I don't like the color pink because society tells me to like the color pink. I just like it. It's that simple. I can't tell you why. Maybe it's a combination of nature and nurture. I hope that my future daughters will grow up in a society where they are free to embrace every aspect of their womanhood, whatever that may mean to them. Though she alludes to the fact that nurture, or her societal upbringing, may have contributed to her desire to pursue pageants, she sees no problem with her choice and wishes fellow feminists would embrace the way she wishes to display her femininity. Shannon Lynch is another pageant contestant who shares this sentiment.
And I absolutely think that you can still be a feminist while competing in pageantry. In fact, I felt comfortable with my own femininity and who I was as a woman because of competing in pageants. I think that there are many different faces to feminism, and just because someone's brand of feminism and competing in pageantry doesn't match yours doesn't necessarily mean that you need to neglect it. I think it's easy for people to misinterpret what pageantry is because it's not something that they completely understand. And I would encourage all traditional feminists to look more into what pageantry truly is.
Whether or not you agree with beauty pageants and their principles, it's clear that they are one institution that is here to stay. The divide between feminist theory and pageant contestants is prominent, but perhaps it may begin to dissolve as both pageantry and the definition of feminism change over time.